Okay, there we go. Alright, and also I needed to look up how to make a running banner with words on Steam Labs. Okay.
So first things first, box is where you'll put your text.
We
You can right click on it, go to the filters, and
You
then
share your
right click
screen when you can.
again, and then add scroll.
I could do that. I can do that. Why did nobody ever told me that? All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
You seem to be having fun.
Oh, this is freaking annoying. Okay, edit filters, filter. Where's scroll? Scroll, fantastic. Add scroll.
And then from here on out, you just play around with the horizontal
I also
speed.
realize I'm smaller
So you're going
now.
left to right, or vertical speed will get you going up and down. And make sure your loop is selected if you want to make sure your text is scrolling continuously, or if you just want it to scroll once and see you later.
There it is.
That's
There
what you
it
do for that.
goes. Yeah.
But we're gonna loop it,
Hell yeah.
and then you'll notice the text is pretty close to each other, right, as it's scrolling. So if you want to change that,
Oh,
just click on here.
Okay, no worries. No worries. Don't worry about
We
it. It's perfect.
we got it.
We got this.
got
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's good. It's good. Okay.
No.
And
Okay.
then add new source. Our patrons. Our glory. Thank you, patrons. There we go. No! Don't grab the wrong thing! Damn it! Damn it, Billy! Damn, damn, damn! Okay. Well, I might just change that to just patrons. Patrons! There we go. And can I do bold? Bold. Bold and italic. Can you bold and sir, please. Bold and italicize. Why? 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 Why?
I'm fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Liz loses shit in about 20 minutes.
I will, actually. Thank you very much. I will lose my proverbial shit in a minute. And grab it. Thank you. There we go. Alright! Okay. This is fine. This is perfect. The Shabuski. I love it. It works. It just
Everything's
works.
okay.
Now, it says I can do a background color. Let's do a background color. Let's have fun. Let's make a fun color. There we go. I like that. Didn't show up. What the fuck?
I can just hear the
it's opacity.
evolution.
There we go. Well, actually, I need to do the color of orange because that's the color of Patreon. There we go. Patreon. Yay.
I didn't know that's before it changed over to where you had it. I didn't know we were having sherbet with that color of orange.
I love orange sherbet, actually. It's one of my favorites.
Orange sherbet's delicious. I hate pineapple sherbet, though.
The hell's pineapple sherbet? Who thought
Pineapple
that was a good
pieces,
idea?
pineapple sherbet. Oh, my grandmother loves it. It's just pineapple chunks in the sherbet.
Valid. You know what?
It's not that great.
I'm actually going to take off the opacity of that. No! Not that one. That one! Done. There we go. Does it look janky? Hell yeah, it does. But that's how we survive in this modern world. Jank. A whole lot of jank. Now, where
A
the
whole
hell's
lot
my
of
glove?
jank and a lot of modern-fied logos for some reason.
Oh, yeah. Where the hell's my glove?
That is a good question. Where is it?
Good morning, Ember. Or afternoon. Oh, she's staring at me judgingly. Your father needs to work. I am sorry.
But father, why do you need to work?
Because I need to make money. And the only way we can make money is drawing big titty anime girls.
Father, please. No.
It's too late. Alright. Do not backwards long jump upstairs, Alan. Okay, are you all ready to see me draw Shantae, everyone's favorite belly dancer? Ah, damn it. Why is my glasses just so...
I was gonna ask, is she everyone's favorite?
Let's be honest here. Half the internet says yes. If you look
half
up...
the internet does a lot of funky things with that definition.
Oh, yeah. Oh, also, I got to change all the, what's it called? Alert boxes. So we got new alerts. So,
Oh, nice.
we got, here's the follow one, which is normal. We got the subscription one. We got the donation one. We got the bits one. We got the host one. We're getting fancy, everyone. Okay. Now that that's done and over with, let's try to grab this real quick and minimize that because it's honestly bothering me. There we go. That's closer. Question mark? There we go. That's closer. Doesn't bother me as much now. That's her pant legs. Let's go here. Let's go here. I think this is the illustration. Yep, that's the illustration one I was using. Okay. We are doing good. We are crispy today. Phenomenal. And also, you all can't see my other reference guide. My other reference guide is actually the legit Shantae book of art and stuff. Art book, whatever it's called. And I am using that as well. Unfortunately, I won't be able to grab the colors from this, but you know, I can fudge around. I can fudge around and find out. That's fine. But let's have a little bit of fun here. All right. We have one viewer. Okay, so I am going to do that. What does the petals look like? Okay. What does the OG petals look like? Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
You did get a lot from that image. You might actually get more with how views on that have been going.
Oh, yeah. Well, I actually finally plateaued off.
Really?
Yeah, finally. It took forever. It got to a point where Twitter stopped actually sending me notifications from people that I don't follow or have a what was it? A follow count of over 1,000. Which was surprising. I never knew that it would actually do that. And it did. And it scared me, actually. Because I was like, oh, I guess it finally ended. And then I looked on there and I was like, oh, nope, it has not. But yeah. There we go. Only downside now is that I think my pin pressure is off from my other, well, from all the other times I've used this computer. So it's just slightly off, so I'm having to adjust on the fly while using this, and it's a little bit annoying, but it's not too annoying that it kills the whole entire vibe, but it's one of those things that's kind of meh. It's fine. There we go. Alright.
I'm not questioning my MILF Islands trending on Twitter.
Excuse me, what's trending on Twitter?
MILF Island.
MILF Island.
Yes.
You know, that actually sounds sounds pretty decent. Hey, what's up, Phantom? How you doing today? I had to go through, reset up my whole entire Streamlabs. I had to reset my whole entire VTubing thing and all that fun jazz. It has been a slog today. And not a good slog, mind you. But, you know, it could be worse. It could be that I couldn't use my computer again because fucking Clip Studio Paint. But, you know, I finally got it fixed. Did I ever tell you all how I got it fixed? Because this shit is kind of stupid, I'm going to be honest here. It literally drained me.
Story time.
So, basically, about a month and a half ago to 2 months ago, my computer stopped working. Well, didn't stop working completely, but basically what happened is that whenever it comes to Clip Studio Paint, you have two different things. And yes, where do I sign in? Let me in! Let me in! But basically what happened was, I noticed that one program from Clip Studio Paint was not working properly. Now, it's normal that programs stop working or have a glitch and stuff like that. It's not unheard of. I've had a couple of programs that kind of screwed me over. But this time, there is Clip Studio Paint, and then there is Clip Studio. Clip Studio is the launcher for Clip Studio Paint itself. So, whenever it comes to Clip Studio Paint being the launcher, I mean, not Clip Studio Paint, Clip Studio being the launcher, I could not access Clip Studio. And the thing is that Clip Studio Paint still worked. I could still work. The downside was that the launcher also had my cloud saves on it. So anything I work on my iPad, I can basically work on my computer, which was the main fucking reason why I've been using Clip Studio Paint other than Medibang and Krita and Procreate and stuff like that, because it's kind of important for me to use. Now, because that was an issue, I was not able to access any of my cloud saves. So anything that I was working on, I could not work on, which was a hassle. And basically, because of that, I was like, oh, well, maybe I just uninstall the program and reinstall it. Should be pretty fucking simple. I mean, that's how programs work. I have shot my computer 100 times over, and shit like that happens. So, no worries. I did that. I re-downloaded it. It didn't work. Then, I erased every instance of Clip Studio Paint from my computer and tried it again. Going, you know what? It could be that I'm just a freaking idiot, and I just need to get all instances of Clip Studio Paint off, and then maybe it'll work, and no worries. That didn't work either. So I was like, you know what? Big brain moment. I am going to go and snag myself Windows 11. Maybe upgrading to Windows 11 will make it work. Did not work. Now, I was getting kind of fed up, so I contacted the company to ask them, hey, I can't access this portion of my program. This is kind of important for me to do because I have clients that I need to get stuff done. And they tried to help me. Did not help in the fucking slightest. They were basically saying the same things that I've been already doing the entire time. And I've already told them all the stuff that I did. At this point, I pulled out my art hard drive, because I always keep my art hard drive separated from my main computer just in case if I get a virus, so that I can, you know, not have that completely gone. Because if that ever just disappears, I'm royally fucked. So, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take this out. I'm going to put it in my other computer so I can get some work done. Because I tried my other computers, and they still were working whenever it comes to it. But the only downside is once I plugged it into my other computer, my guess is that it decided to fucking follow the hard drive. So I was like, okay, that means that I have a corrupt file on my hard drive that I need to fix. And once I do that, maybe it'll work. And the whole entire Eclipsio Paint support team's like, I don't fucking know what's going on. Try this, try that, try this, try that. And I'm like, none of that's fucking working because I've already tried it. Then I was like, alright, no worries. I'll just go out and buy a new external hard drive and replace my internal hard drive with that, and maybe that will work. And only pulled my art stuff over, nothing else. Fucking didn't work. And I spent over $140 on this stupid piece of shit that's an 8 terabyte because it was the smallest one they had. And I needed it at that time, and I couldn't wait. So, hey, I have 8 terabytes of space that I can fill up with art. Fantastic, whatever. But it still didn't fucking work. Now, fast forward a little bit. I completely factory reset my computer again. No hard drives, no nothing, and started fresh. It worked for a second because I went and got a I did a recovery. System recovery from my old work computer that was still functioning, and I haven't plugged anything into it. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. It's starting to work. Fantastic. I don't need to worry anymore. And then it fucking stopped working whenever it came to after I updated. But once I updated, I noticed something that popped up. And it stated something about GPU error. And I was like, oh shit, I think I figured this out. And whenever it comes to that, it was simple. I had to go and look up the log. How the fuck do I open up a log, you may ask? I have no fucking clue. So I had to go online and research it. So after I researched it for a little bit, I came to the conclusion that whenever it comes to the fucking... One second. Whenever it comes to the fucking thing, I found out that, oh, hey, what's up? Whenever I finally went through and found it, I was like, okay, so now I can open up the log and figure out what's going on. And once I found that out, I finally found out what it was saying. Is that the GPU had an issue, and because of the GPU having an issue, it will affect Clip Studio Paint and Clip Studio. I don't know why it only affected those two stupid things. But you know what? I'm just glad that I actually figured out what was causing it. Now, whenever it comes to that, I was like, okay, so all it is that it's something with my GPU. And I was going through my whole entire computer trying to find stuff out about my GPU to figure out why it would be causing any issues. Turns out that it was not installed onto the computer, the program that controls the GPU. So I naturally went over and reinstalled it. And then guess what worked? This fix took only 10 minutes. Guess what worked? That small, little, insignificant fix fixed the whole entire issue. Huh.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Something that took 10 minutes. And I figured out because I just so happened to stumble across. And the thing is that whenever it comes to any time you do IT, normally they ask, hey, was there ever a pop-up? And I told the people that there might have been a pop-up, but I have no clue on how to access it. They never, ever once told me how to access the history of pop-ups on my computer or system failures on my computer. I had to find that shit out myself, and I basically fixed my computer. They messaged me today and was like, hey, how's about you try this? We think we figured out what's wrong with the computer. And I responded simply, you know what? Right after I emailed you all, I fucking figured it out. So, thank you so much for your help. And in my brain, I was like, you guys could have told me exactly how to fix it. If you just knew one simple thing, and that was to go and look at the log. That's all you had to do. And this would have saved me so much time, so much headache. But no. So yeah. Now my computer works. And yeah. And now I can access everything I need. So I can get commissions done again. And not have as many issues. But now my computer is acting just slightly different whenever it comes to my keyboard shortcuts and bindings and stuff like that, because I had them kind of tailored to myself, and I cannot figure out for the life of me how I tailored them to myself before I had to erase the computer. And yeah, it has been an absolute pain in my ass. So that's the story time of what has happened in the past couple months here with Corey the Sea. Tip your waitress. Mic drop. I'm out.
I'm not getting tipped, am I?
I don't know. But yeah, I have researched the problem myself the whole entire time. Like, I am dead ass. I had to do that the whole entire time because every time they were telling me, hey, you should try this, I researched exactly what they were talking about. And I was like, huh, this is oddly familiar because I did the same exact thing already because you all were my last resort because I was not being able to fix it. And now you all are just telling me to do everything that I've already done. And none of it worked. And that's why, because the one thing that really threw me off was that it would work in safe boot mode. But anywhere else, it would not work. And I was getting very fed up. So I just told them, I was like, you know what? Everything you're telling me does not work. You all are being very useless right now. But, you know, they can only go so far. I even had a Microsoft person look at it. From Windows, Microsoft. And basically they were like, oh yeah, you have a corrupted file. I was like, no shit! How do I fix it? And their whole entire thing was, I don't know. I'm like, that's great. That's great. I don't know.
I brought up 8 terabytes, and I had to make one comment.
What's up?
I've been needing to get. Here's the thing. I've already got a 16 Omen. I have been on a laptop Omen for most of this year.
Mm-hmm.
There's one problem with it.
Yeah.
I only have 412 gigs of memory.
Oh
I
my
only have
gosh.
412. Here's the thing. I've been wanting to upgrade it. My girl doesn't. Every time I want to explain, I just want to buy a RAM stick and probably just more storage.
So
Because
FYI,
this thing's openable.
So FYI, The old computer that I was working on only had like probably about 32 gigabytes of RAM. But
I only have 16.
here's the deal. My new computer that I am currently using has 128 gigabytes of RAM.
My issue is the fact of, again, I have no space.
Oh, valid. And
I want a memory stick so fucking bad.
and the funny part is that if I wanted to add more memory sticks, I can't. There is physically no space on this computer to add more memory sticks.
Isn't 100 a bit like enough though?
100 is never enough. I want to go beyond. I want to get 200.
In my story, to finish off my story, the only reason why I'm not able to buy set upgrades, I'm trying to explain this to about a 62-year-old that I want to upgrade my computer, not buy a new one.
Oh, gotcha.
And here's the thing, she doesn't want me opening it up as well because she doesn't want me to break the warranty.
Oh, I know the feeling. So,
yeah.
I have built one of my computers. The other one I bought. And this one I bought. The one that I built myself functions better than both ones that I have bought. But the thing is,
I just want a computer I can play D2 on and vibe. That's all I want.
Valid. I just need a work computer that can handle the workload of animation, video game design, all that fun stuff. Basically, if I ever get a fucking job in animation or video game design or the things I want, then I already have a computer that can function. A computer that works. They won't have to spend money on that. They all have to do is get me an art program and that's it. I am ready to hit the ground running. Or, you know what? Screw it. I will make my own studio, because whatever. And actually, I'm in the middle of making a very, very basic game just as a freaking demo reel of what I can do whenever it comes to video game design. Because I have applied just for fun to so many different art jobs and video game jobs. It's not even funny. Like, I have applied probably to about a good 30. And the thing is that I have gotten denied 5 times already. And other ones just don't respond.
The misadventures of... Here's the thing, they also could just be routing stuff, because I know that some companies do route information of projections.
Oh, yeah. But also in the same breath, I mean, I even applied to see if I could do the art for Lo-Fi Girl. You know the Lo-Fi girl that sits there with her cat and headphones?
Yeah.
They were hiring. And I shot my shot, and I missed. I even did one for whatever his name, Jake the Wiz or Waz or whatever his name is.
Not the wuss.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep up with the names anymore.
No, that's why I covered you. It's I got you.
Yeah, but who knows? I'm just trying to find something so that, oh yeah. So people, I think I told the people on stream once, I'll say it again, me and my wife are going to have a kid next year. So I'm trying to find something before then so that I can be a stay-at-home dad. We'll see. It's a little bit more difficult, but you know, that's the joys of life. Do 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 do. Boo. All right, there we go.
You still have all 3 computers.
Yep. One is my personal gaming computer, which is the first one I ever built. The other one, the work computer, is become the work computer for my wife and our roommate. And my main computer, which is the one I'm currently using now, is become my work computer. And some games I play on it. I don't like to game on it because this is more of a business rather than I don't mix business with pleasure.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Alright, where is that?
I need to get just a fucking workstation proper. Because again, if the studio thing goes through, I will need one eventually for proper actual organization for that shit. Because having as much space, because I do have a side drive. Here's the thing about that. I can't really save much on it. Let me give you an example. I've tried saving games on it. Steam stuff works. Anything on Battle.net corrupts it.
Oh, that's weird.
Anything Blizzard related corrupts it immediately.
Oh, Blizzard. The
Yeah.
go-to. The GOAT. I actually got denied from them too.
You wouldn't want to work from currently anyway. Those people are something else.
Oh, I heard. Right after I got rejected, then I heard all the fun stuff that's been happening to them, and I was like, oh, would you look at that? Dodged a fucking bullet.
My laptop will do its work until anything comes up, because I feel like this thing runs fine. Because when I work, I don't really do anything else. I probably just put music on and just make sure everything's organized. Then I do my own thing. I try to make sure everything doesn't
Explode.
clash. Yeah. Because again, I only have 16 gigs of RAM. Technically only 15.
I will be honest, 16 gigabytes of RAM, I actually built a whole video game in that. No, actually I built a video game in 8 gigabytes of RAM. But it was like a test game. Give me 1 second. Oh. Little one, do you need some water? Let me go get some water. Oh.
I can fully believe that. How many people do you know in the in just art relations you know that's still trying to find work for themselves that are independent?
A
Real?
fuck ton.
Really, if you really want to go for that studio thing all the way through, at least you'd have people that actually need the work anyway.
Oh, true. The biggest thing
Pay would be the only thing that would be complicated.
Yes, because here's the deal. Whenever I was brainstorming the whole entire thing, I was like, oh, you know what I could do? The simplistic way to do it is so that people can come in, drop out, and have their names on stuff, so that they at least have the, oh yeah, I've worked in a studio before, or I have this experience and stuff like that. Downside, whenever it comes to that, payment. And then it's like, oh, maybe if I just do non-for-profit. Impossible. Because that would be an absolute nightmare to go and do the whole entire fun stuff with. It is a absolute pain in the ass whenever it comes to building up a studio. Because the thing is that you have to figure out how you're going to pay all your employees, all that fun jazz. Because if you don't, then you get boned. And you can't really have people come in and do free labor, because you want to make sure that they're compensated so that you're not just sitting there and exploiting them. It just gets to a point where also signing non-disclosures, all that fun jazz.
Yeah, NDAs and all that shit.
Yeah, it gets to a point where it would be an absolute nightmare.
I get paid in friendship.
So whenever it comes to how stuff works whenever it comes to an actual studio, I mean, yeah, it would be really cool to be able to reach out and be like, yo, I know that you're an artist, you're one of my art friends, let's make a studio together. Downside is payment. Because you also have to have a good chunk of money in order to start it. If you don't have the money to start it, then you kind of boned yourself right then and there. Because, well, you need money to be able to start. You need time to be able to start. Something to at least sell. I mean, you can go and do a GoFundMe, but even with a GoFundMe, if you don't have something or a product that you're putting out, then what's the good of a GoFundMe?
Not much of anything.
Exactly. So, in the grand scheme of things, it is a awesome idea to start a whole entire studio on paper, but in actuality, it would be pretty damn difficult, especially whenever it comes to actually making money and having employees. Because you also have to go into the whole entire tax thing, and I mean, that's the main reason why whenever it comes to a lot of artists that they do want to get a art gig is because you don't want to have to go and deal with the stupid income taxes and stuff like that. You just want to have a company that you work for that deals with it, which makes life a whole hell of a lot easier. But, you know, and if you own your own company, having to go through and do all the taxes for your employees, making sure they get paid properly, and all that fun jazz. Yeah, it gets kind of crazy.
With how things are going right now, especially with it just being a me and you deal, it's been fine.
Mm-hmm. Even
Especially
whenever, and that's why,
Sorry.
and also whenever it comes to like say, even if it's just like one employee, that's why it's hard to say if someone has an employee or anything like that, because once you start saying employee, then you actually, technically speaking, have a whole entire different monster on your hands whenever it comes to taxes. It gets very messy, and you can actually completely screw somebody over by stating that, and then whoops. But yeah, that is the whole entire joy whenever it comes to all the stuff that I've been having to learn about studio stuff. Yay! Ugh.
I'm guessing you're still also researching it more.
Oh, yeah, I'm researching it as much as I can because there's a ton of different things that you have to go through. It's a nightmare. And honestly, if you ever want to make money doing stuff, it is, let's just say with the whole entire, after $600, you're basically a company if you make that in a whole entire year. That right there is absolutely ridiculous, and they are going to pile on so much work on the IRS that's not even funny. So basically, whenever they decided to sign that bill, they signed a warrant that was going to basically make the IRS absolutely hate everyone, and everyone hate the IRS. So, I mean, that's the given. They're really good at that. They're really good at making people hate them.
It's the free DLC to life.
Oh, yeah. But how are all the viewers doing? I haven't seen you all in over a week or so.
I think it's only been, this has been like 1 week.
Mm-hmm. What's everybody been up to? Oh gosh, the baby's awake. Give me 1 second. Oh, puppy. Stop biting my sketch pads. Come here. You little butt.
Is that you? Are you saying biting sketch pads?
Yeah, sketch pad. I've been trying to get back into doing traditional art as well as digital.
Oh, nice.
Because, I mean, digital is really fun and also very smart in order to learn and keep as a skill because you never know. And also, whenever it comes to pieces that are traditional, they tend to sell more than the digital ones.
Yeah.
Pop, did you just fart on my lap? Oh my gosh. That is a smell. Jeez Louise.
That's what having a puppy does to a person.
Oh, yeah. Let's be honest here. This puppy is freaking adorable. I love her to death, but jeez Louise, her ass smells horrid. She will let him rip in the bed while I'm sleeping, and that shit will wake me up. I will just sit there and be like, did you just poop all over the bed? Are you kidding me? And she just sits there with the big old doggy eyes, puppy dog eyes going, "Arr, arr." And I'm just sitting there like, no. Wait, what? Oh my gosh, my tears are see-through. I didn't know that. What? I did not know that. Wait, let me...
You learned something new today.
Oh no, they are see-through. It's not green. Give me 1 second. Puppy, please stop. I love you.
Is it being translucent bad?
Apparently my tears break the realms of reality.
A lot of things in this world
Hey.
break the realm of reality.
Yep. Okay, so singularity. Turn that.
I mean,
down.
we have a stable way to do fusion now.
Puppy, I love you, but please.
Did you
do
hear
not-
about that?
Wait, what?
We have a stable way to do fusion.
Wait,
In the
wait, wait,
US.
wait. Fusion? Like
As in,
nuclear
like-
fission? I mean fusion?
As a nuclear fission, yes.
Whoa, this is a fucking game changer. How?
NASA put out something yesterday saying their
Colliders?
hadrons, their colliders were starting to actually work properly. So
What changed?
I'd have to. Let me finish what I'm doing real quick, and I'll go get it for you because I feel like you'd find it fascinating.
Yes, I actually find science quite fascinating.
I was gonna tell you
What?
yesterday, but when it comes to how you work, I try to be very mindful of my timing, so I let you be able to get as much done as
Oh yeah,
possible.
no worries. But, geez, that's a huge ass game changer. We've been trying to figure that
Especially-
shit out for years.
Especially now that it can be used. From what I've also was seeing, that if we can process it right, we can finally use it as an energy source replacement. Which means, if fission like that is as endless as people hypothesize, electricity and all that will be literally endless. So that means people having to pay for it becomes null void.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna find a way. They will.
They're gonna find a way, but here's the thing: if you're gonna say to pay to keep it up, you don't have to pay to keep it up.
Oh, true.
It keeps itself up. That means you can never shut it down, and if it explodes, you're not gonna have a grand old time. But
Yeah, I was about to say, if it explodes, everyone's dead.
if it explodes, it's not everyone is dead. It's everyone in that radius is dead.
Well, also you got to remember if it becomes as widespread as theoretically speaking that it would be, because a lot of people are going to be wanting that in their cities so that they have a fuel source that, technically speaking, is going to be air quotes cleaner, as well as something that will continuously thrive. Now, the deal is that those big towns or big cities, they'll be not too far away from other big towns or big cities that do the same thing.
Oh, it'll just chain unless
It'll
it's
just be-
based on one big one. Unless it's based on a major one, like it is with the regular U.S. power grid, which they probably would do out of the same logistical stuff.
But then they would
Overall,
have to figure out a containment field to be able to contain that amount of an explosion that would deem safe. But the thing is that I highly, highly doubt that they would be able to find something that would contain it that well if it did explode. We would be working with basically a walking death bomb. Well, not a walking death bomb, a constant death bomb. But that's in theory if it does turn out to have a meltdown. Give me 1 second. I have to take the puppy out because she is whining like she needs to go to the bathroom. Give me just 1 second.
It lets me look up what I need to look up. So
Puppy.
okay, I have to exit out my thing I was doing real quick to finish it. Now move everything back over here, and now I go look for it. Okay.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Hey, Ember. With your little hopping and being a pain in my ass sometimes, but you know what? I love you to death. You're a cutie patootie and I love you, even though you're a pain in my butt. Oh, there you go. You feel better? You peed twice. Hopefully you don't pee on something else. Alright. What did I miss?
Sent it to you.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay. December 13th. Oh, that's a...
This
What do you need
is
to know about today's nuclear fission, a fusion announcement, or fission, whatever you want to call it? Yeah, it's fusion. Landmark achievement milestone for clean energy.
they
What is
finally
nuclear
got their net
fission?
energy gain.
Hydrogen is found in water, so stuff like that generates energy wildly and unlimited, and it is clean. That would be phenomenal. The first time scientists have ever successfully produced this, instead of breaking even as past experiments have done. While there are many more steps until it's commercially viable, it is essential for scientists to show that it can create more energy than they started with. So basically, the craziest thing, whenever it comes to it, I will say that if this is actually a viable source, it's absolutely phenomenal that they got to a point where they have found, because it's hard to pronounce or say into words. You know that whenever it comes to matter cannot be created nor destroyed, only changed in form. The fact of the matter is that it can create a chain reaction which causes an unlimited amount of energy is fathomless. Like, that is absolutely bonkers, for a lack of a better term. And whenever it comes down to it, if we can harness that energy, holy hell, it would be phenomenal. But just like they said, it'll be a while before we can get it commercially available. But the fact of the matter is that they are doing this with the intent of making it commercially available, which is astounding. But also that leads rise to, how are we going to regulate its use or its usage? Are we going to have it so that the government regulates how it works, or a big company regulates how it works? Kind of like how fuel for fossil fuels work. I mean, the government has no real say in whenever it comes to the prices of gas. But will it be that it will make it so that, companies are going to lead rise in being able to have the money and resources to produce this unlimited energy? And are they going to sit there and be like, okay, so you can have the old plan, which is so and so much a month, or this new alternative, which is green and clean and highly expensive? Or is it that the governments, get that out of your mouth, Or is it that the governments are going to sit there and go, okay, big fossil fuel, you are not allowed to produce any energy or any fossil fuel stuff until you switch over to clean energy. And then from there, it's going to be the question of, is that going to be ethical? Of the government having to step in and tell people how they are allowed to run their business. Which, technically speaking, they kind of do already, but you know. Because they still do that whenever it comes to, the emissions and stuff like that. Which have been put through the ringer so often. Where people are like, oh, well, they changed the Emissions Act, they changed this, they changed that. But what it boils down to is what's really going to happen. And that is what truly is going to fascinate me. So yeah, we will have to see how this plays out. How I feel like it's probably going to play out is that somehow, I told you not to get near wires. You get near wires, you're going to chew them, and once you chew them, you're going to die. And I don't want a fried puppy on my hands. Come here. Hello. What do you got in your mouth? Stop it. Ow! No. No.
Is it bad I find this entertaining?
That the puppy's being a complete douche nozzle right now?
Yes.
Well, it gets me ready for a freaking kid, hopefully.
I mean, the dog's gonna grow up with her. At least they'll be distracted by licking them over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, what are you gonna do now, huh? You're in air jail. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. Look at you. Ow, that's my finger.
What's air gel?
Oh, jeez. She just kamikazed off my chair. Air gel is whenever you hold them up in the air and they can't touch the ground.
Ah.
Most animals do not like that. Can you just please play with something else while I'm streaming? There you go. And don't bite my legs. Do that all the time. Golly. There you go. Play with your tire. Okay. So where was I about cold? Well, it's not cold fusion or fission. It's...
I mean, with how they also were saying, even when it broke, it didn't even do much damage. If it's gonna be like it is, it's most likely going to be consistently breaks. If it breaks its cycle, it's probably just gonna turn off.
That's one. Well, that's a hope.
Because it doesn't seem like if it melts down, that's because someone has to set it up to do that. Like it has to get overloaded. But with how it's overloaded already, it seems to just shut itself down without much explosive to it.
That is good. Because if it did have explosive to it, we would be screwed.
Oh, we'd be fucked. Yeah. No, there's.
And having that much power, I mean, 9 times out of 10, a government would want to regulate that.
Yeah.
Because they're going, oh, so you have something that can literally murder tons of our potential voters. Probably not a good idea to let you go gallivanting around doing that. So,
On a side note, we're going to end an energy race at some point. Remember the space race? Now we're going to go into the energy race.
Oh, yeah. We're already there. We've been trying to find clean, renewable energy or something that could be unlimited energy for decades. And the thing is that someone is going to find it. And once they find it, it is going to cost a pretty penny for any other country that does not have it. And it will be a gold standard that all the other countries are going to be held to, even though they possibly could not even afford to do it. And then there's going to be wars that rage on about, oh, we need to make this energy allowed to the masses. We should not hide this from any nation because these nations need it and stuff like that. Which, of course, that's going to happen. And basically, whoever controls the energy controls the world. Because we are nihilistic assholes as humans, we want to rule the world as much as we can. Hey! Repel? I forgot the name. My brain doesn't work. But, yeah, thank you for the follow. But whenever it comes down to it, we are horrible beings. Like, straight up. Let's be honest here. If we can make a quick buck on saving someone's life, by all means, we make a quick buck. I mean, look at Big Pharmaceutical. I mean, it's a multi-trillion-dollar industry, probably. And the basic premise is that they make money on sick people that have to continuously go back in and get their fix of drugs so that they can continue to live. They're profiting on people having to live or wanting to live. And also, whenever it comes to, if somebody comes up and is like, well, I don't want to live anymore, there's too much pain, I can't afford it, and I just want to die, they do not allow that. Unless you're in Canada. There you go. Go Canada on that front. If you really want to go based upon that. But also, in certain countries, or actually, there was what was it? It was in Europe. That there was actually a town that it was illegal to die in. Because they had so many people died that they did not have enough rooms in their cemeteries. So they were just basically going, if you die in city limits, it's illegal. Why are you buying
Throw your corpse
this?
in jail.
Well, did you know that's illegal to commit suicide?
What are they going to do? Throw your corpse in jail?
Exactly. It is a stupid, buffoonish rule that makes absolutely no sense. It's basically like, if you take a second to look up dumb laws in different states, there are some really funny ones. Like, you're not allowed to, in certain states, to... Will you stop biting these things? Like, hot damn, dog. In certain states, you're not allowed to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket. That's actually a law. And you can get fined or arrested for it. How dumb is that? Really fucking dumb. What if I want to go walking around with ice cream in my back pocket? Of course I'm going to do that. But, yeah, there are certain laws that make absolutely no sense. And, yeah, what are you going to do if somebody jumps off a cliff and dies? What's the worst that you can do? You go after their family. And their family has to pay for what you did.
Would you like to know a fact about Kentucky, for example? Did you know you have to shower at least once every year or you get arrested?
Is that an actual law?
Yes.
Holy shit.
You have to shower at least once.
And that's why you never see any conventions in Kentucky. I'm kidding.
You could... Wait. 3 times the... It is against the law for a woman to marry the same man more than 3 times.
Wait. It's illegal for what?
For someone to marry the same person 3 times.
There has to be a story behind that. There's a story behind every law, and I feel like it was just somebody that was very angry that their child or significant other or something like that continuously married, or their cousin, and they're like, you know what, you keep on divorcing this person and marrying this person and divorcing them again, you know what, we're making it illegal because I'm getting so fed up, Tanya, that you keep on doing this, or Barbara, whatever her name is.
Here's another dumb one I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
In this state, you're sober until you can't stand if you drink.
Wait, you're sober until you can't stand?
You will get arrested. You will still be fined for public drinking, but again, They will not drag you off fully. They'll just fine you. If you end up falling down though, then it's pure. Then it's more.
Wow.
You're still considered partially sober if you can still stand.
Well, actually, there used to be a law that I'm trying to remember where it was. It was in Florida, which was the stand your ground law, which was one of my favorite laws because it was so dumb. Basically, you could engage in combat or like punch a person in the face if you stated that you felt threatened. So if you
Yeah.
really felt like it, you could go over, scream, "I feel threatened," and beat the living snot out of somebody. And the cops would be like, "Oh, they felt threatened." Which was grossly taken over by people doing that. Because originally it was so that if somebody was in trouble, it would be self-defense. And they could be like, "I feel like this person is following me." And it turns out that they were following them. They were stalking them to go and kidnap them. They can be like, "I feel threatened," and basically beat up the person and be like, "This person seemed like they were having criminal intentions and trying to get me."
Also, I double checked. Yeah, that law actually was a thing. You are deemed sober until you actually go until the ground lets go, or if you just have not enough strength to stay from getting on the ground.
Let's go. Let's go to Kentucky, y'all. Let's go and get
It's illegal to
wasted.
it's illegal to fish with a bow and arrow. By the way, here, don't do that.
What? Bow
Yes.
fishing is illegal?
You cannot bow and arrow fish. No.
That is so dumb. Why?
No females in bikinis shall appear on any Kentucky highway unless they're accompanied by at least 2 officers.
Wait,
Or-
excuse me? Say that
You-
last one more time.
No female in a bikini shall appear on a Kentucky highway unless accompanied by at least 2 police officers, or is armed with a club. This does not apply to females under 60 pounds or over 200 pounds. It also does not apply to female horses.
Female horses? Who's putting a female horse in a bikini?
Don't ask.
What the hell's going on there in Kentucky?
Don't ask.
I'm
Our
more
senator is-
concerned. Why do you have to have
Our-
a fucking club?
It's illegal to force a person into a store in order to make a sale. You have to harass them on the sidewalk. You can't force them in. You can harass them outside all you want, though.
That's so. These are some ludicrous laws. You know what? I'm gonna look up some laws from where I used to be from.
I'm gonna keep going because there's a few more that I think is funny. It's illegal to have sex on a parked motorcycle in London, Kentucky.
Wow.
In Franklin County, it's trading horses after dark is illegal.
Okay. So silly Oklahoma laws.
Okay.
So Oklahoma was where I was born. So let's see. Citizens should take care in how they interact with a dog. Individuals who make ugly faces at a canine can be fined or jailed.
Also, side note, the Lexington, the ice cream thing, no, that actually is a law. That does exist.
Wow. When paying respects at a funeral in Oklahoma City, never tip over a casket. It's an illegal act. Never take a bite out of another individual's hamburger. It is illegal in the state of Oklahoma. Wow.
That's just me in general to do.
When having overwhelming desire to spit, spit in the grass. It's against the law to spit on an Oklahoma sidewalk.
Yes.
Women can't do their hair. In what can only be chalked up as the world's greatest lobbyists earning their pay, it is true that women in this great state may not cut and style their own hair without a license from the state to do so.
Yep.
What are you eating? Puppy? What are you eating? Stop eating it. Hey! What the hell is this? Where did you get this?
You tell what it is?
I don't even know! Stop it! Spit it. Spit it out. Let me see your mouth. Spit it out. Spit it.
I've not been able to laugh in a while since my throat's been sore. This is nice. I need it to laugh.
What the hell is this? What are you eating? Stop it. Where are you finding these things to eat off the ground? I went through and cleaned this room. Ah, that's probably the reason. You need to stop it. Amber, nope, you're going in dad jail. You're going in dad jail. You're sitting on my lap while I'm working. This is dad jail now. Nope. 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 Okay. When riding on a public bus, make sure to leave the guppy at home. Fish may not be contained in fish bowls while on public buses. Pooped out and need to take a break? Then don't lean against a public building in Clinton. This is an act subject to a fine. When parking outside any public building, make sure to tie up the car. Having an untethered vehicle is a crime. What? Laundry piling up? Make a note. Never wash clothes on the in a bird bath in Winona. And it may give me a night in the pokey. Imagine this. It's a hot day and a cold soda would hit the spot. Hold off. Don't open the bottle alone. It takes a supervision of a licensed engineer to carry that task while in Tulsa? I grew up right next to Tulsa. There's no fucking way on that. I feel like that's dumb. I feel like that doesn't exist. I feel like somebody made that up. I mean, some of those, I could be like, yeah, that makes sense. Oklahoma's a really weird place. But that one, that kind of pushed the envelope. I really doubt that that's real. Oh, yes. Oh, and she fell. Are you kidding? You little asshole. I love you, but what the fuck?
Congratulations. She does not have brain damage.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a lie. I'm pretty sure she has brain damage by now. With how many times she's taken spills and fallen off of things and landed on her head, yeah, she probably has permanent brain damage. And I have done as much as I can to keep her from doing that. But she is consistent, at least. She is consistent at making sure she hits her head on fucking everything. Love the dog to death. And honestly, I am just astounded that she's still alive. Whenever it comes to how many times she has kamikazed off of things and I wasn't fast enough to catch her. She is a current medical marvel. Huh. Oh, also, if you all do any emotes on or in a chat, they will pop up on the screen now. So go ahead, give it a whirl. Do some emotes, see what happens. They go all over with the art piece.
You only have one.
Dog, I swear if you kamikaze off again, don't you do it. I know what you're thinking. Don't you do it.
Oh, it does. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question of my own, my good sir.
Gladly.
Since it seems to be a very slow, end that someone else is in here currently.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
Are you going to be doing the redesigns first before you touch anything else? Is that what you've been working on? Because I feel like, other than this...
The redesigns?
Yeah.
You had to jog my memory.
The thing that you have left in your commission list.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to try to get... I'm almost done with that. I got all the inking done. And now I have to just get the color and shading, which shouldn't take too long. Get that done. And then I am golden to get everything else done. I actually just got contacted not that long ago about a potential animation commission.
Well, that's one paid pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah, but the basic thing with this one... Come here, little butt. Lay down. Lay down. You can do it. I have faith in you. Lay down. Thank you. No, stop. Don't bite. Don't bite the table.
You
Damn
want to
it.
play charades with a dog? I sure don't.
Oh my gosh, I fucking swear. But basically what happened on that is that I don't know if it's going to be a thing or not. I contacted them back today. I have not had a response yet. Basically, it seems like it would be a very big task on this one. So, I mean, if the person contacts me back and I can come up with a price, then fantastic. If they don't contact me back, then oh well. It seems like it would be a really fun gig. The only small concern that I have is that whenever it comes to the storyboard seems more like a short comic than an actual storyboard. So I'm going to have to redo the storyboard process. And that's just going to be more along the lines of a little bit more difficult because, well, having to come up with that is not easy.
Yeah.
And it takes time. Like a lot of different things that I've been having to do, it does take time. Sounds like somebody just fell upstairs. Probably my roommate. Hopefully she's okay. I will check on her in a little bit. If she is bleeding out, she is fine. I mean, people can bleed for quite a long time before succumbing. Well, it
Why,
depends on what it
Major?
is.
Still, if that goes well, congrats. At least it'll be good pay.
Yeah, hopefully. But we'll see what happens. I am not having huge hopes on it, but we will see. Because
And then
anything can change in a heartbeat.
everything else will be calm at this time. Like everything else will just play out smooth.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Other than the two things I already brought up that I could have for you, that's all I have. Basically, everything else is me and your Patreon.
Yeah, it's been a light 2 months.
Yeah, but again, from what I have learned and and I finally fully understand this now, these 3 months are usually just fucking slow.
Yeah, basically. Sometimes there's a couple little small things that come in, but it's typically slow because everybody's buying gifts. Sometimes I get lucky and get some people that are buying gifts for others, but typically it's just a very slow month. And that's okay. That means I get to work on things that I kind of want to work on more. This one was something that I wanted to do a fun Shantae piece for a hot minute. I actually might redesign Shantae's look here because I do not like it. I don't. I'm going to delete that.
Yeah, no, I say go for a redesign on that front.
Yeah, the hair doesn't look terrible, but I just do not like how she looks.
I will say this, I am very surprised on how the end of this went, on my end at least. I didn't expect two fucking people to want to just do something out of the blue just to get stuff from you.
Well, you're awesome.
But just do it on my end.
Yeah.
Or just do it. Yeah. That caught me. And the fact of one of them now I don't have to worry about for January, which means whatever you plot will be you. Because usually I already know you try to do something for my birthday, which I've appreciated the last few years. I still really do for that.
Shoot it.
More importantly, the Patreon half of people that don't know about me now or didn't know about me currently will know about me soon enough.
Hey, there you go. Puppy, will you please just calm yourself? Please, thank you.
Overall, this end of the year has been calm. This whole year has just been very progressive of just improvement.
Oh, so you want to hear some funny shit today?
Sure.
Okay, so Here's the deal.
What you got?
I had somebody that came in and they were like, "Hey, I'm looking for some comics for my grandkids." I was like, "Okay, cool. Sounds like a plan." They're like, "Well, I don't want anything that is too meh or eh, if you know what I mean." I'm like, "Oh yeah, so you don't want sex, you don't want drug use, you don't want cussing, all that fun jazz. The whole 9 yards normally." Okay, gotcha. And she's like, "Yeah, I don't want to sound like a pickle or I can't remember. Like she said a weird word and I never heard of it. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Basically, it sounded like a pickle. She didn't want to be a pickle or something like that." And I was like, "No worries. I have people that come in here all the time and they have their own preferences. I can figure out what you're wanting. Don't worry about it. We got you covered." And she's like, "Oh, thank you. It's kind of like a prude. No, not a prude. It's not a prude. It's something else. Oh, what was it? I can't remember."
Prudent?
No, not prudent. It was a word that I have never heard somebody use, but she basically was using it like prude or like asshole or anything like that. But I have never heard anybody use that.
Phallic is the only other word I can think.
No. I'm trying to remember what it was, and I'll probably fail at remembering. But basically, she was just like, "Oh, I don't want to sound just meh." And I was like, "Okay, no worries." And I was like, "These ones are not going to have any bad language or anything like that. These are designed for kids, all that fun jazz." And then she was just like, "Oh, also, I don't want to sound like basically, I don't want to sound like an asshole." But she's like, "Also, I don't want to have anything boy on boy, girl on girl." And I just sat there and was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now, really?" And I just sat there and was like, and she's like, "So do these by chance have anything like that?" And I looked at her and I think she could tell on my face that I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Because she responded with, again, "Oh, I don't want to sound like basically, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but
Grundy.
And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, "But you are being one. No worries. It's fine, I guess." And I was like, "Man, these ones probably don't have that." She's like, "Okay, good. You are really helpful." And I'm like, "If I wasn't at work, I would stab you right now at where you stand. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine."
Your internal monologue declares violence, but your outer monologue says otherwise.
Oh, I had to act professional. And apparently it's not professional to beat the living shit out of an older lady.
Also, by the way, I looked up prudent synonyms, and there's a few funny ones in here.
I kind of want to hear this.
Puritan? Obvious. Yeah, that one's simple. Prig is what got me.
Prig.
Prig, Killjoy, Moralist, Old Maid,
Old maid. Yes, old maid.
Ghoul Marm,
Good gosh. Why they get some...
Goody Goody or Goody Two Shoes, the two obvious ones.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Grundy, aka just Grundy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's a character I would love to see as an actual concept, Miss Grundy.
Well,
Just
they do.
the most pure-nosed white woman you can see.
Well,
And she's probably not even that old.
what's
Give her, like,
her name from Banjo and Kazooie, the witch?
Oh, Gruntilda.
Thank you, and thank you. But yeah, I just sat there and I was like, "Oh, this is... Oh, man."
Also, Holy Joe is another one.
Holy Joe.
Holy Joe.
Gotta love that.
Blue Nose. And then finally, my favorite one in here, Pietist.
Pitus. I am
Pietist.
a Pitus man. But no, it tickled my fancy because I just sat there and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And it's not necessarily the first time I've had something similar to that. So everybody knows, what's her name? Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. Everyone knows they are a couple. They are a power couple. Let's be honest here. They're an amazing power couple. And I've actually had a person that came up, and because I think I had a graphic novel that had them kissing on the front. on display in the front, and they walked up and they stated something along the lines of, wow, everybody knows that Joker is Harley Quinn's love interest. Why do they have to shoehorn Poison Ivy as as her spouse or whatever, or girlfriend? I cannot believe that they're having to go so woke. And I just sat there and I was like, I actually laughed. And I looked at them and I was like, have you ever read the comics of how Joker treated Harley Quinn?
Yes.
And they're just like, what are you talking about? And I was like, did you know that the Joker pushed her into a vat of acid to bleach her skin? And they're like, yes, that's her origin story. It's like, did you also know that whenever he ripped off his face or cut his face off, he immediately decided to psycho-torture Harley Quinn for a good chunk of a story where he pushed her down, like, I can't remember how far that drop was. Basically, like, into a well. Then brought her into a dungeon where there was tons of different skeletons and half-decaying corpses of people that had the Harley Quinn outfit on. And basically was sitting there and going, do you think that you were the first Harley Quinn? No. There's been so many before you. You're nothing special. Their whole entire relationship has been horrible. And the only positive relationship that she's had has been with Poison Ivy. Anywhere close to a positive. And the funny part is, and they were like, oh, what about that time when she was with Deadshot? I was like, oh, you're talking about the guy that she handcuffed to a chair, took the Joker's ripped off face, strapped it on him, and then proceeded to make out with him. And he still had his mask on while she proceeded to do this. You talking about that relationship? That's such a good relationship. Good job. 10 out of 10. Ugh. Fucking pricks. But no. Let's make sure that Harley Quinn stays with the Joker. Yes, that makes way more sense. You want to have somebody that's being in a horrible abusive relationship to stay in that relationship. I mean, that's the only natural thing, isn't it? Come on. Golly. People can be dumb and stupid and ugh. But there's my rant for the day.
Let me go get my favorite word for stupid. Inept.
Oh, the ineptitude of this being is just vast.
You can also. That's also so easy to get away with just calling someone that, because a lot of older people still don't even use that word either.
Oh, you know what I do? I always call people daft. I'm like, are you daft? And they're like, daft? Like Daffy Duck? I'm like, oh, yes, you are Daffy Duck. Congratulations. And they're just like, oh, Daffy Duck. No, I miss back whenever I was in high school, because I would insult people. And I would do it in an intelligent way that sounded like it was a joke. And people were like, oh my gosh, you're so funny. I'm like, haha, yeah, even though you're an absolute pain in my ass. Shut up. Can you go and have sexual relations with the cactus? Thank you very much. Oh, well. All right. Okay. Now the puppy is calmer, which I'm so proud of her. And now I am going to put her down on the ground so she can take a nap. Take a nap, sweetie. Good girl. There you go. Now she's going to take a nap. Okay, so now I need to find a good pose for jumping away or readying oneself. Let's see if I can find something. There has to be something good. Ooh, I like that. Where is that? Oh, I love that. That is pretty. Okay. But that's not the reference I'm going for.
Random side story while you're looking for that. I had a family member. I was talking to a family member that hadn't seen me in a while, and they asked me how old I was. I said 21. And they were kind of surprised that I'm already almost 22, because again, my birthday's next month,
Mm-hmm.
for those that don't know. People are just
I
kind of surprised I kind of grew up as fast as I did to be where I am, because a lot of people are just shocked I'm just a very calm and mature person for only being 21.
Normally, typically, whenever that happens, it's because that you had to rapidly age. Due to quite a few different reasons, and yeah, and whenever people, especially whenever it comes to older people, whenever they go, wow, you're really mature for your age, that can be also seen as kind of shitty because you're going, yes, I did not get to have a childhood because I had to grow up fast and have to deal with things on my own. And it's kind of fucked up that I had to do that and I didn't get to enjoy my childhood. But
I never really understood the negative connotation with it until like now, because
yeah,
I never really thought about it.
there are good connotations and there's bad. It depends on whenever it comes to the amount of trauma in one's life. Because there's many a times whenever somebody sits there and goes, wow, you're really mature for your age. And it's like, yes, because my parental units were so inept and so vastly underprepared and underwhelming of teachers as well as providers that I had to raise myself and also potentially other family members, aka brothers or sisters or cousins or anything like that, in order to provide and, you know, have them be able to live.
I think
Um,
I've told you in bits that I've only been with my grandmother most of my time. I've had it very rough with my parents.
yes. And actually, whenever it comes to my father, um, basically what happened was long story short, my grandmother dropped him off at him and his sisters off at my great grandmother's front porch and just left. Completely left. Did not see my dad did not see his mom until like whenever I saw her, which was about 40 years later. And whenever it came to that, that was at my great grandmother's funeral. And basically, it was just more along the lines of, are you kidding me? And my father had to raise my aunts and also help provide for the family. I think he got his first job when he was 12 or 13. I can't remember. And worked long nights all the way up till he went to college for a little bit. Found my mom, they had a kid. He went out of college, and yeah. So basically, he did not really have a childhood. He had a hardcore work hood, if that makes sense.
I'll talk about my grandmother because this actually makes more context for how I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother currently is 62. So let me put this in preference to how my father is. My father's 41. I am 21 years off him. For my grandmother, she got first married at 18.
Valid.
Military wife, traveled a good amount of the world through
Mm-hmm.
with my dad's father. They had a mixed kid. Man left, raised my father by herself, got married again, had 2 more kids. That went through, got married a 3rd time. Let her kids just grow up. Those kids, her oldest, my father had me and my sister. My mother put him out a couple of times when we were little. Fully left to Texas because of drug issues. My father got arrested under a DUI. Instead of going into child protection, I went with her. Stay with my sister.
Ah.
Grandmother still works. She was social. She's worked multiple manager jobs. Now she just works as the city's administration.
Huh.
She is well known for being a very sweet person, as much as people, you know me for being a very nice person. I just learned to be decent. She only taught me to be a decent person to people that actually want to be treated properly. If people aren't going to treat you well, treat them with decency and then move on. That's all you have to do.
Valid. Valid.
I was raised to respect people, even with especially even with my mother. I didn't even say this when I was in Texas for 2 years. When I was talking to you, that sucked.
dang.
That was the worst 2 years of my life. My mother literally and her husband bullied me for those 2 years because my brother wasn't there. I took the
Jeez.
brunt force of everything for 2 years.
Hot damn.
It was
That's
not
terrible.
fun. Got really tired of it because of depressional stuff spiking and said no and just left. I just came back home after that. So
Valid.
I've been living in Kentucky since I think 2020 onward. Again since then.
Dang.
I still have a decent relationship with my father. Again, since he just had another kid, I want to be able to be as supportive of him as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, yeah, no, me and my mother don't talk. I basically was raised by my grandmother through my whole life. I did not have either of my parents through it. So I just kind of adapted to be a better person so I didn't end up making the same mistakes.
Valid. There you go.
Yeah. I've always tried to take stuff in stride. I may not understand everything or any one at a time because I'm more of a person that you have to kind of adapt to as much as I adapt to you.
Mm-hmm.
So for some that becomes harder because I have angered people because people don't immediately understand how I fully work. And I didn't even take any time to do it or try to comprehend it at all.
I do think that everyone at least deserves for people to at least try and see. I mean, by all means, you could also find somebody and basically you don't agree exactly with everything with them, but you can at least try. Give it a good college try.
People just with how my Asperger's works, it's just some people just did not want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's even I have family that just think I'm that inept to where they don't even give me a proper chance either.
Jeez.
Yeah, I have a lot of my grandfather's family don't even know much about me, just consider me just kind of there.
Good gosh.
Yeah, people are something else.
True
But
story.
But again, you get used to that when you get older, and you just have to keep doing your own thing and moving forward. That kind of stuff can't be the thing that involves you too much.
True.
Plus, it gives you a story.
Mm-hmm. Where's that one? I can't remember what that thing is called. Is it Body Poser?
What?
Oh, I'm looking for a app that I had that I used to basically. Oh, what's it called? Basically, whenever I'm having to design a character, sometimes I have to use a 3D model in order to pose it properly, so that I can get a good enough drawing off of it. And I'm trying to remember what that whole entire thing was called. I think it was something Poser. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. It's driving me up the wall. So I think it's in my Steam library, so I'm just going to look it up real quick. And there we go.
But to go back to where we started, it is nice that I am about to be 22. Not even just because it's another number that go up. It is just, hey, that's neat. Another year to just keep moving forward to.
True story. True story.
I just see it as a just stepping stone to just keep moving forward and moving on from just anything that happened the year before.
Valid. Where did I put this stupid... Was it Body Poser?
I was looking that up. I couldn't find anything under that.
I'm gonna look it up on the store. Because I know I have this.
Magic Poser?
Was it Magic Poser?
That's the first thing I see is Magic Poser.
That's a possibility. Let's see if I can find Magic. Come on. Nope. Store. Easy Pose.
Okay. It was something with pose in it. We figured it out in the long run.
Yeah. And I'm 100% sure. Didn't I download that? It should be... On my whatchamacallit, my quick pull-up bar thing.
Random question.
So,
Have you played Frontiers yet?
Sonic Frontiers? No. I have not had a chance. Sometime soon I'll probably pick it up. I just have not had a chance to pick it up yet.
The last game I played, and it was the one I was playing like 2 nights ago, High on Life, when that came out.
Okay, so funny story about High on Life whenever it came out. Me and my DM and our friends, he wanted to play it on stream, so we decided to play it on stream. The fun part is that whenever we were playing it on stream, every time he would go to the next level or like the next part about it, it would not work.
Yeah, mine just stuttered a lot, but it functioned.
Yeah, it was like it was every single time, and it was ridiculous that he would have to reload every single one. And I just sat there and I was like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me! This is terrible." Okay, so add model.
All I've been seeing now is Space Applebee's, and how the fuck they got away with that.
Oh, they got away with a lot of shit. Like it's ridiculous.
Parody.
Oh yeah. The fuck are you doing? Why? I'm trying
Say
to
praises
work
to
here.
parody
Time
law.
is past 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and you waked up the baby. She was sleeping.
Yep.
Hug
I'm
the
about to
baby.
pop that.
Also
I
tell
got
them I
it,
said
like-
hi.
$1
Oh,
for
Danny said
each.
hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm just reminding you that it's past 9 o'clock.
Yes, I can tell,
Mm,
and I will have
It
to
is
go and pick
9
up my wife.
I know.
It is 9:08 to be precise.
Exactly. And now the baby is awake.
You gotta bring the
Why
baby
would you
with
do
you now.
that?
Baby's been awake all day.
Why would you do? I finally got her to sleep.
Uh-huh.
You are a dick.
I know I am. I'm really good at that.
You aren't free. None of us are.
There we go.
What?
You're in dad jail so that you can go back to sleep. Go back to sleep, baby. Relax. Relax, please. Please.
I'm gonna DM that person to see if I can get that stuff soon. Just to double check
And
it.
she jumped
So we
off again.
can get that, so I can have that handled, so we can get anything end of the year done.
Gotcha. Alright, so do that. Oh, what you all can't see, I am currently doing working with a 3D model real quick to pose it in the way that I want Shantae to look. And then, after that, I hit new, I grab that, come over here, control paste, and now I can kind of get the rough estimate of how I want her to look. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
And there we go.
I have that sense. I should get a response soon.
Alrighty. Sounds like a plan. And now I'm going to use this as a reference guide to how Shantae is going to look. Shoulders going to be like that. There we go. And a fist. Alright, and also boobies. Because everybody in the world likes the boobies. The booba. The boba. The boobie. Oh,
Boobas.
you lay down by yourself. I'm so proud of you, Ember. I'll give you a treat, but I don't have a treat with me right now. I need to. Because I'm proud of you. Okay. There we go. How am I going to go about this? I wish that I had back images of Shantae. Oh, there is one. Hell yeah. And also, her head's kind of turned to me, which does not help me. Okay. There we go. And I can do that.
I also realized something.
Huh.
Actually, wait, no. I'll hold on to that thought till later, until like a later time, because it's an idea I can use for later. It's a surprise tool.
Oh, okay. Okay, is that how that works? Okay, that is how it works.
That and it was just really dumb.
There's no such thing as dumb ideas.
There's always things as dumb ideas.
I mean, I have ideas all the time. Now, there's ideas that won't work properly. That's something that happens all the time. Okay, and do that.
This was the thought of at some point, because I already know you. My thing's on a simple setup rig to where it just activates on Discord's miking for my end.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that it would need after the jacket would just be the jacket itself, and it'd be actually like up to it.
Oh, jacket.
Yeah, the jacket thing I wanted for my persona that would fully round it out.
Yes. The
And
one
I was
that we did
thinking-
on Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the one I was mentioning that I wanted to do that's more of a Letterman style, so it goes with my main persona well.
Gotcha.
So the tank top has something to, because the Halloween bunny, like the Halloween bun works, because again the fur compensates.
Mm-hmm.
With her regularly, I thought it'd make more sense because it just pop out with more color to fit with the pink.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I thought it'd be nice to do that. The only reason why I was going to mention this is the fact of, again, just if that happens, we can update the sidebar as well with the jacket.
Oh, yeah. By all means. There we go. Back on the live stream. Okay.
Also, I was thinking about that belt ghost again from
Oh.
3 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about that. That's what the dumb comment was.
Ah. Gotcha.
I forgot about the belt ghost till now.
And I need to...
Speaking of that, at least with the start of next year, it should have more D&D based ones, and who boy, those are going to be fun.
True. Alright.
Also, one of them is armor. One of them is literally just a robot armor thing, so you're gonna...
Oh, yeah. A Warforge.
Yes. You're gonna have fun with that.
Warforges are a lot of fun, actually.
I thought... Were you the person I know that has a bad time with armor? Because it takes you a long time.
I was about to say, armor and me do not always see eye to eye. And let's see.
Does it with Warforges?
Yeah, I'm not the best when it comes to Warforges. They
Fair
work,
enough.
but I have to really force them to work. Oh, have you seen Inside Job yet?
I have seen bits and pieces of it, yeah.
You haven't got to see the whole thing yet.
Not the whole thing. I have Netflix. I have
Oh.
just been lazy.
Oh my gosh, I finished it yesterday. No, I finished it this morning. My bad. And oh my gosh.
I've heard it's great.
It's great, but the ending will fucking wreck you. I sat there and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. No. No. It hurt. It fucking hurt. It was a very good show. And how they ended it, it just hurt. It just hurt so bad. Because you're rooting a lot, and then they just rip everything from under you.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah, and how they do it, it made me just sit there and go, This is not a vibe for me right now.
I have a question for you.
¿Qué pasa?
Are you ready for snow in about a week?
Hell yes, I am. I fucking love snow. Snow is one of my favorite things. I love the cold. I love snow. And I've been very pissed that I have not had snow this entire December besides that one freak accident. So
We had it once.
I have just been perpetually angry about that. But now I feel a lot better that we're finally getting snow. I'm so happy.
I've been ready for the snow too, majorly to be able to sleep in, then look at it, say, "Huh, this is nice." Go out for a little bit with it, and then just go back to what I was doing.
I just want to have days that I can stay home. Those days are like the best days. I really enjoy those days, and it's been an absolute pain in my ass because I typically never have a day off whenever it comes to it. Like my normal job, I never have a day off because I work, well, my normal jobs, I should say. Because if I'm not working at the comic book shop, I'm working on art. If I'm not working on art, I'm working at the comic book shop. And it's absolutely exhausting.
It is the hell. It never ends.
Yeah. So basically getting a possibility that I get to, well, take a break, take a day off from work would just astound me. It would be the best. And it would be much needed. Okay, so
I was gonna ask you this out of consideration. If these two don't fully come in by at least the end of this week, would you be willing to let me just fully close off my end until the end? Not for me, majorly to give you time to relax on my end of commissionals. That hurt for like. Would you be down with me doing a cutoff?
I mean, if you want to, you can. It doesn't matter to me because I have not hit the absolute exhaustion yet, so I'm still fine. But if you want to, you can. That's up to you.
I was thinking after at least, if anything comes in, anything for next week, fine. At least that's like up to Christmas. I expect that. But anything after Christmas, no. I'd rather you be able to have like the last few days to have peace.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
We both deserve a Christmas break. I feel like you can agree with me on that front.
Christmas break sounds fun. Will I actually give myself a break? Apparently not. Because
no.
Basically, I have a horrible time of, apparently I'm a workaholic. And there was one time where my wife, every time that somebody asks me what I want for my birthday or what I want for whatever, I always say sleep. And there was the first year that we were married, or no, the first time that we were living together, and I think it was that was one of the first times that we were married. Basically, she was just like, okay, this day we're just gonna stay in bed. We are not going to try to do anything. We are just going to relax. And I could not stay in bed. And she actually kind of got frustrated with me. She was like, you said that you wanted to have a day off and to rest. And I'm trying to give you a way to have a day off and relax and stuff like that. And I'm like, I love you unconditionally, and I love that you are willing to do this for me. It's amazing. But I am literally going insane right now. And it's because I hate having the feeling of being stagnant. If I'm not progressing, then I feel like I'm regressing. So thusly, I always have to be doing something in order to be going forward, never going back. And once that happens, it's just hell. Because, well, I mean, people will do so many different things to be like, yeah, here you go, Corey. I made it so that you can relax on this day. And I will find something to do. They could take everything out of my office, and I will still find a way to work.
Basically, my thought process on my end was my whole idea was this: cut off my end, so at least anything else you had to finish up would be completely done. Plus, you said you're trying to do caricatures, so I was just letting you focus on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, any of my stuff, because I already know you're going to be keeping that a surprise until you're done entirely.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know you try to do stuff for me around this time of year as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's the honest, fun part about how my brain works, is that my depression episodes happen quite often, and it lasts about a day. And it's just like the whole down in the dumps, woe is me, all that fun stuff that I always have. And immediately, the next day is the rebound day that I've noticed, where it is, okay, time to pump up, time to get shit done. Let's go. Let's get this done. I'm tired of feeling like shit. Let's go. And it throws me into a hardcore work time where I will nose to the grindstone, get everything that I want accomplished.
Yeah.
And it's one of those driving forces that is a pain in my ass, and I hate it, but at least it gives results.
It gets you it puts a fire in you.
Oh, beyond. Because, like, whenever I get a message back that, oh, they do not want me as a worker, or I get another letter that states, oh, we did not go with you, we're going with a better candidate. And it hits hard, and then I get frustrated, and then I work even harder. My body does not know when to quit. Because it goes, well, if we quit, we're dead. And if we're dead, then we can rest. But if we're not dead, then we can't quit. We gotta keep on going.
Yeah.
And it is highly fucking annoying. But that's the joys of brains.
But yeah, no, that was my major thought when I said I cut off, because I already know you have a lot of stuff that would keep you busy for the rest of the month.
Or to date.
So I thought, I did think ahead with that.
Cool. I mean, yeah.
I was trying to...
There we go. And, there we go, I guess. Question mark. That works. Whatever. I can dig it. Okay, and she always has that choker. There we go. And there we go. And come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. And come on. There we go. And actually, I might do this number. And this number. Go.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm getting the information for those two now. Okay, yeah, we chill.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, no, those are going through. Okay, good.
Okay. All right, and there's the butt shot I needed. Okay. come on. There we go. There we go. Erase that. Erase that. I like this pose 1,000 times better.
Also, after January, this will be the whole year I've done what I've been doing for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
This will be the first year round. That's also really good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's 27 after. I might be able to finish her.
And then you'd have the main like outlines done, and then that would have been good progress. Yeah. Still almost 2 hours. Still,
Mm-hmm.
we got it. We did good.
Hopefully I can get this done before 35. Oh, well, I'll probably have to be leaving right at 30 after, because I have to go and get the car started, get it warmed up. Oh my gosh, why do they draw her hands in such a weird way? Okay, and her thumb would be like this. And it would be like that. Curled up.
You know what I'm ready for, to be honest?
What?
Sleep.
Oh, yeah.
After
what is
this,
sleep?
something that we don't get often enough.
Hell no.
We both know that. We both have sleep issues.
Save your pity for the weak. Gosh.
Even if I'm not fully online, I'm just looking at I'm either looking at my console, just playing like YouTube or something, looking at my phone, wondering, I could be doing something right now. Immediately start thinking this. My body just says, hey, no, you're not getting up from this bed, and then immediately then collapses.
Oh, trust me, every time the puppy wakes me up to go and take her out, I immediately try to do some work or something. There was one night where I didn't even go to bed or go to our bed at I think it was 5 o'clock in the morning, because I fell asleep on the couch and the puppy fell asleep too, and she did not wake me up, surprisingly enough. And I was like, oh wow, I actually got sleep. This is bizarre. I do not like this feeling. But yeah, there's that. I'll do the outside. There we go. There we go.
I have a very calm feeling about the rest of this year. Even with the snow as well. Without that blizzard looking, we might be able to just have like a good few calm days of just cold and peace. And you know what?
If we do, I would be so happy, because I could actually relax.
That means you'll be able to have. That means me doing what I'm doing works out. You'd be able to just keep yourself in a better mindset to just chill. I'll be able to just chill, and because I've been spending more time with my family while I've just been doing my own thing, while getting stuff done. Again, usually around this time of year, my grandmother already has all her stuff decorated, because my great grandmother has like 18 trees.
Dang. That's a lot of trees.
My grandmother has 11 trees, so in total that's 29 trees.
Hot damn, that's a lot of trees. Oh.
Actually, no, scratch that. No, it's 30. It's evened out. It's a 30.
Oh, dang, no, it's 30. Okay. I'm gonna have to hop off. Thank you all so much for viewing. Oh, golly, my arms. Okay. I shall see you all on the flip side. Stay safe, don't have too much fun, and thank you all whenever it comes to the patrons for being awesome. And you can see your name scrolling slow.